last day of high school at Churchill. They had been planning this for some time. They decided that they really were going to cowboy it up and do like the Louis L'Amour thing, and they were going to ride their horses the last day of school to school. Full cowboy regalia. Boots, spurs, hats, chaps, the whole 9 yards. They figured, what can they do? Kick us out? And so they did. They actually had to plan how long it would take to get from Lakeview Stables to Churchill High School, and I guess they got up at 3 or 4 in the morning. And they made it there on time. They were very proud. They were not late for their first class. And they tied their horses up in the back parking lot, and they jangled down the halls, just thinking they were pretty cool and just waiting for the trouble to hit. And when the principal came in and pulled them out to the hallway, they were really ready for whatever was going to happen. And the principal just burst out laughing. And he said, "You guys, this is it. This tops it all. In all my years teaching, this is the biggest, silliest thing I've ever seen. Except your horses are pooping in the parking lot. Can you move them?" And so they went out to the horses, and he excused them for the rest of the day. Well, that wasn't enough for those boys. So they thought, well, you know, Rand over at Willamette High School, wonder if we could ride over there. Yeah, that was good. So they decided they were going to go over and somehow steal their buddy from his school. So they rode over to Willamette High School, and they convinced, I don't know how they schmoozed, bamboozled, I don't know, you guys all know Brian, you know his tales. They convinced the secretary in the office that they were his cousins and that they had just ridden in from Central Oregon and couldn't wait to see him, and they really needed to just go get him right now. And could she give them a map of the school? And she did. And so the boys on their horses, under the breezeways, and the crosswalks, with the map, until he found his classroom. They didn't get off the horses. They reached out, opened the door, and yelled, "Run!" And he looked up like nothing happened, and he just turned around, jumped on the back of their horse, and away they went. And that was his last day of high school. And Jamie just wanted to share that story because, you know, there's so many like that he just wanted to share that one, and he couldn't be here, so I thought I would share it for him. You know, there's a lot of really great stories, and some of the things that I have found out since I've been kind of helping take care of Brian's house are something that Kaylee alluded to. Brian always smiled, and he always helped people, and he never really let on how much was going on inside. He did ask for help. I found a journal that is dated back to 2010. And you know, he was very, very smart, and so he knew how much of his, you know, brain was altered, and that was tough. And since that journal started until current, he would have marked every day what he had to do. He would say, get up, brush my teeth, take my pills, take Kaylee to school, whatever it was that he had to do. And every single day he rated his pain on a pain scale of 1 to 10. I'm a nurse, so I know what that means. That 10 means you shut your hand in the door if you're a woman and you had a baby. And the lowest pain score he ever had written since 2010 was a 5 out of 10. And knowing what I know that that's significant because living with chronic pain like that is puts a toll on your body. He talked a lot in his journal about wanting to do better, and some days he had more energy and some days he didn't. Some days he really beat himself up for not being able to go to an event. He would write, you know, I just had to lay down today, I hurt too bad. And I found, you know, he did hide a lot of that stuff. He had a lot of friends, Jim, and a lot of other people. You know, my dad, he talked to my dad 2-3 times a day. You know, sometimes it was just what they ate, you know. But I think that the important thing to know about Brian is that he did never want to intrude on anybody. He wanted to help everybody, and he was a very good man.